Okay.
All right.
We've got to be good because we got a full house here in the live chat, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, after that Beyonce release, and we did, if you weren't online at the time, we did a live reaction to Beyonce's new album, Renaissance, and it was, not to toot, a big hit.
It was quite a hit, and I guess the people came back for more.
So now we're podcasting with a larger group of folks. So if you're here tonight podcasting live with us, thank you for coming. And if you're listening later in your car or during, doing the dishes or something, welcome back.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, it's crazy in here. Like the chat's going like a lot faster than it usually is. It's like, oh, there's a lot of people like really excited to become Cathys now.
The Cathys are always available, always looking for new membership.
There are Cathys all over the world, ladies and gentlemen, and they just don't realize that they're Cathys yet.
It's true. It's true. I agree with that completely.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another Two Gay Matts podcast. It's Matt Steele.
And it's Matt Palmer.
And we are now living in a post-Renaissance world. Matt Palmer, how do you feel? Because I'm exhausted but exhilarated.
Those are my exact feelings.
Okay.
I feel like we are reflecting each other in that way. So after the Beyonce live reaction we did on YouTube, I had to edit together that video to put it up on YouTube as its own thing. Took until 4 a.m. I did take the Friday off, but I haven't been able to sleep super late lately.
Okay, but see, the thing is, like,
Yes.
How late do you think Beyonce was up every single day for 6 years in between Lemonade and Act One Renaissance? She was probably up until she did not sleep making this album.
It's true, but I'm sure she's making a lot more money doing just that than I was making on that video.
True.
So that was the Friday. I had the day off, but I was still like kind of in a woozy moment. Felt like I was sleepwalking. I took a nap. I still woke up kind of early.
You can't like sleep in anymore?
I've not been good at
Oh,
sleeping
that is a sign of old age, bitch.
Well, sweetie, it's coming for all of us.
It will
so
never happen to me. If there's one thing
will.
I was able to do since my birth is sleep the fuck in.
You say that, but watch out.
Oh, God.
And then on Saturday, we went to San Diego to visit. It was one of Jackson's friends he grew up with, and his child turned 2. I believe 2. And so it was my first time meeting him. It was a friend named Tim. Very nice, very cute kid. But then I drove the 3 hours to San Diego.
Oh, you drove.
We did not sleep over, so we drove back for 3 hours that day.
It's a 6-hour drive, darling.
So I'm still getting my bearings. If I sound a little delirious, I apologize. I'm trying to get it together. And then this morning, I accidentally woke up at 6 a.m.
Why?
I have no idea. That I don't know. I mean, we went to bed kind of early, but not 10 p.m. Like I went to bed at maybe midnight, and I woke up at 6, and I was like, well, might as well clean the house and listen to Renaissance because I haven't had enough focused time to listen to it on loop as one needs to soak in new Beyonce.
Okay, you didn't just blast it all the way down to San Diego.
We did, but that wasn't. We did, but that wasn't enough. I need more. I need to know if it I don't like that there's a Beyonce album in the world in which I don't know the words to it. You know what I mean?
The problem with this album, if there's one problem with this album, it is that the lyrics are so dense.
I know.
They're so good and so brilliant and everything, but and they go by so fast.
I know.
And sometimes you can't get them all, so it's very hard to get all to memorize the lyrics. I've listened to Alien Superstar about 5,000 times, and I'm still just in the fast parts. I'm just
I know.
I can't do it, and so I'm really disappointed in myself.
But we're gonna get there.
We're gonna get there.
I believe in us. Matt Steele, how was the rest of your weekend post Renaissance?
The rest of my week, I flew back to LA on Tuesday.
Oh yes,
and
you were in Jersey,
and because I was in Jersey last week, and I was essentially just praying that I didn't catch COVID while in Jersey or on the airplane, because I was like, if I get COVID and I can't do this Beyonce Renaissance live listening party, I will never be able to live with myself. I didn't get sick. It was all fine. I don't know. God, what else did I do? I did that. That's literally all it was.
Hey, that's good. You made it home without COVID. That is a feat. Congratulations.
Yeah.
I'm thrilled about it because I'm sitting very close to you.
Yeah, I saw Nope.
Oh, really?
I enjoyed it a lot. It was very fun.
Love it.
And that's literally all I did. I don't know.
The Jordan Peele films, what would be your ranking?
I would say Get Lost. Available now.
Yes, it is available now.
EP by Matt Palmer available now. But Get Out I would say is still his best, because that is just cinema.
It's a perfect
cinema.
Movie. Perfect movie.
I don't know. I would put Us and Nope as a tie. Maybe I would put I don't know. Maybe I would put the direction of Nope a little higher than the direction of Us.
Okay.
But maybe the screenplay of Us higher than the screenplay of Nope.
Interesting. Okay, very specific.
But like, let's get real. Get Out is.
I mean, that's a classic film.
Yeah.
Like, no notes there.
Oh my God. Just it's completely unique. Never been done before. Iconic. Whatever that quote
Yes,
is.
whatever that Gaga gif is.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Should we dive into the news for idiots?
Sure. Why not? Let's go.
Okay. So, I mean, sorry, y'all. One day we won't talk about Beyonce the whole time, but Beyonce's Renaissance is set to debut at number 1 in the US with sales between 275 and 315K, which is very good. It's a different time. I get that. It should be higher.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
all people should be buying music more.
Yes.
Did you? Oh, well, you bought the box.
I mean, the box is on the way.
Yes. The box still hasn't arrived?
I mean, it's shipped. It's on the way.
Beyonce, we're waiting for the box.
The vinyl's also on the way.
Okay.
So, I mean, but it's like with the streams, of course, it's a different time than it ever was. There aren't visuals attached to this yet. So it's still obviously a gigantic hit. There's Break My Soul might go number 1 next week, which would be amazing. Her first solo number 1 since what?
Oh God, I don't know.
Maybe since Single Ladies, which is crazy.
Maybe, yeah, because the thing is, like, the rollout of self-titled was so, like, we're releasing all of this at once.
Exactly.
So there is no like Drunken Love, I think, peaked at 2.
I was gonna say.
I want to say.
And then Formation peaked in the top 10.
I think Formation peaked at 2 as well.
Wow, okay.
I know. So
that would be amazing. Just because, I like Beyonce getting accolades and the idea that she's going number 1 with all these things and she's a visual artist who has yet to release a visual. The power that has,
I mean,
people.
We'll talk about it later in the podcast.
Of course we will. But I'm just excited. I can't wait for Acts 2 and 3. If you want our deep dive of our feelings, obviously there's the YouTube video up now. And there's also a version of that if you want to just listen along with us on our Spotify exclusive podcast called Two Gay Mats, The Listening Party. So it's up in both places. And as Beyonce's releasing this album, a certain man who we had not talked about, luckily, for about a month, but really started the year off with a bang. Or should we say a slap?
A punch. A slap.
Whatever it
was.
Will Smith took to YouTube, took to IGTV, and offered up another apology to Chris Rock while discussing the impact that slap had on Rock's family. Whether he was responding to Jada Pinkett Smith saying something, which is like such a weird conspiracy theory that people had. Like, let's really find a way to blame the woman.
Yeah, I never thought that was the case at all. Like,
and the effects of his actions on that night and on the other nominees. And I mean, did you watch it?
I didn't watch the whole video. I just watched like little clips of it. It was an apology. It
seemed legitimate.
Like, the thing is, like, I have no doubt that Will Smith knows he did the wrong thing. Like, he is an adult man who is very successful with a semblance of a conscience, I'm sure. Like, so I have no doubt that he does feel a lot of remorse for doing this. So, and I mean, at this point, all he can really do is apologize.
I know. Apologize and move on. Just so we could really put a pin in this forever, I'd love a public apology from Chris Rock to Jada, just because it's like, if that joke crossed the line, I didn't know about your, alopecia, whatever. Just because, like, still that's what the tweets are going to say. It's like, well, Chris Rock never apologized to Jada. And it's like, again, my goal in life is to never talk about this again.
And we just want everyone to shut up.
And the best way to do that is if all parties apologize and move on. But then I saw an article like a week or two ago that like the biggest, like, Netflix is paying Will Smith like a buttload of money, like being paid the most of any actor this year to star in a new film. So it's like, everyone's going to be fine.
Everyone's fine. Everyone looks great.
Everyone does look great.
Everyone looks so hot.
And it's like, I mean, I know this wasn't about that, but like the filmography of the Smiths, like who's doing their video work? Because I feel like the apology was shot so beautifully and like in a room that seemed approachable but still nice. The lighting was lovely. And I feel like they must be the same team that does Red Table Talk. I don't know. I just thought it was shot well.
Well, if you got the Red Table Talk team,
I know.
Like, this is what's going to look good. And I'm sure they've got a nice house, so they got a nice backdrop.
I mean, they have many backdrops in that home, I'm sure. I'm sure it's a bit of a compound. So putting a pin in that. Then just something that like I thought was, I mean, I guess it's not funny officially, but the fact like all of the memes about it are funny.
Oh God, they're so funny, and I feel so bad for laughing about it.
Rolling Stone made a list of I guess not just Rolling Stone. There was a report of the celebrities who had the most carbon emissions, and Taylor Swift landed at number 1.
And I was thinking, I was just like, wait, what? How much traveling does Taylor Swift do?
And a rep for Taylor Swift did come out and say Taylor's jet is loaned out regularly to other individuals. To attribute most or all of these trips to her is blatantly incorrect. And so it's like, okay, what we're saying is like she's getting also income if she's loaning out this jet that she owns.
Damn, she's so smart.
Of course,
she's making an Airbnb out of that damn jet.
If there's something Taylor Swift's gonna do, it's make fucking money.
Oh,
Whether
my God.
it is renting a jet out to her rich friends or selling a signed giant guitar with a folklore single in it or like a fucking cardigan single in it so it can go number one, she's gonna do it because she's done both.
Oh my God. So it's not Taylor Swift herself that is flying on this plane all the time. It's the reason why the world is crumbling is not because of Taylor Swift. It's because of Taylor Swift's jet is so popular. It's just the best jet and everyone wants to borrow it.
And I hate to make it dark, but aren't there people out there that say like, well, I mean, I guess it is actually the guns that are the problem and not the people with the guns. It seems like we're making the same equivalency here. I think Taylor should maybe cool it on the rentals of the jet.
Wow.
And we need to, AR 1808 pass the House, the assault rifles ban pass the House. I would love if it could pass the Senate. Everyone contact their senator, get them on board because we want everyone to be safe.
Yes, I love how this took a turn to like, please vote.
Please vote and call your senators.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so I guess, is Taylor the problem or are jets the problem?
Taylor bought the jet, so I think we're talking about the same thing. I guess other people might be using it to move from place to place.
Sure.
But the memes of like planes flying through, it's like Taylor Swift going to get her like lunch for the day.
Yeah, Taylor Swift walking her dog. Like Taylor Swift like going to the corner store to buy eggs or something.
My favorite, I think, was the Taylor Swift cameo in the Hold My Hand video, and it's one of those like fighter jets behind Gaga.
So funny.
It's so fucking funny. And we'll see what happens there. And also weird and like very strange news in the music world. A Spanish prosecutor has asked for an 8-year jail term for Shakira, who is being accused of the Colombian superstar Shakira and a fine of more than $23.5 million in a tax fraud case. And that is from Spanish newspaper El País. I don't know how to say that. I took Spanish for so long. Can't say anything. But my God.
Is Jennifer Lopez behind this?
As much as I love to blame J.Lo for everything, I actually blame she was with that Spanish footballer man who was much younger, named Gerard Piqué, I believe. And they broke up. I heard there was rumors of infidelity. I blame him. I don't know how this is his fault, but like he's a cheater. They broke up very suddenly.
Okay.
He must have been tasked to do her taxes and didn't do them.
Okay.
That's
what happens when you get young people who don't know what they're doing to do your taxes. They do it wrong, maybe accidentally or maybe purposefully.
Hey, that's how Teresa wound up in jail in Housewives of New Jersey because her husband was like, hey, sign this. And it was like basically like, I'm doing tax fraud. And she just signed it without looking over it.
But 8 years, I feel like that's a long time. Like, can't she just like pay it and be like, oops, I made a mistake and just like pay it and like do some community service, like pick up some garbage?
Seems like they're pissed. I mean, maybe they're trying to make an example out of her, but like it's also like, can you think of a more innocuous celebrity than Shakira? Like she seems like a very nice lady, super talented. Like no one has a bad thing to say about her. So why are we making an example? I don't know. I mean, I'd like to hear more. Hopefully it gets dropped. Hopefully all parties are well. But it's also like when people do crimes against the government, it's hard for me to feel that bad. I'm like, oh, don't do that. But it's like anyways, when it's against like a person, it's worse. Oh, speaking of, well, not really speaking of, but I have a moral quandary that I'm going to ask you and ask the Twitch people, anyone listening about.
The Twitch people.
YouTube, excuse me.
Throwback to early 2022, guys.
So remember my table.
Yes.
So if you weren't here last week, I had been fighting with Wayfair for the past month about a table getting here. It got here. It was the wrong size. I wanted them to not just refund me, but replace the table, whatever. Eventually, I gave up. It was too much back and forth. They just canceled the order, refunded me. They were supposed to refund me $215 because that was how much the table was. They sent me the wrong one, and it was going to be, we call it a day.
Sure.
But then after they refunded me only $105, I called them like, hey, you only refunded me $105. Like, I need the $210. Like, so I need the rest of this.
Oh, no. Was there fine print?
No. I get an email the next day being like, oh, Mr. Palmer, we're so sorry that this has gone back and forth so many times. You're such a loyal customer and we feel terrible about it. And we've gone back and we have refunded you the total $715. I don't mean to be gross with the prices here, but that's just what it costs to buy the table and the chairs, which we ordered in the same order and got here and are fine.
Oh, the chairs are fine.
Chairs are fine. And I'm like, I wasn't asking for a refund.
How much were these chairs?
The chairs were a lot, but the table was cheap, which is why we bought them together. Whatever.
Oh my God.
The question is, do I tell them they've messed up?
Maybe like they were like, you know what, he's such a loyal customer. Like,
no, they're making a mistake. They've made so many mistakes. This is a mistake, but it's the first mistake that's in my favor, and I don't know. Do I tell them? To me, it's like if it was a person, if I was taking from a person's paycheck, of course I would be like, oh my God, that's so wrong. That is not right. Whatever.
See, I would just have interpreted that as, you know what, because of this headache and everything, we are just going to refund you for your whole order.
If you look at the text, it's very clear. It's very clear. I mean, maybe we'll come back at the end of the episode. You can have some time to think about it.
Oh God, we'll see what they say in the chat.
We'll see what the people in the chat say. But
oh fuck.
Jax and I are on different sides of the opinion.
Of course you both are. Of course you are.
We have different opinions on this issue.
Are, yes. I think I know which side Jackson's on.
I haven't heard which side you're going to be on yet, but I kind of think it might be mine, buddy. I kind of think
I can understand both
sides now.
My gut instinct is to be on Jackson's side.
What would you really do in a real life scenario? We have to move on.
What would I do 5 years ago, or what would I do now?
Oh, bitch, I'm talking to you now.
Ooh, I don't know. 5 years ago, I would have been hardcore Jackson's side.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Britney Spears' memoir has been finished, but is being pushed back due to the paper shortage.
Guys, Britney Spears needs your paper.
She does. She's got
any printer paper you have. Construction paper, kindergarten classes, empty it out.
Send straight to Britney.
She needs your paper.
Because we need that memoir so badly. I really hope the publisher lets her include emojis. Because I feel like she expresses so well, to me at least.
That is the most brilliant idea for a book by Britney Spears I've ever heard in my entire life.
I feel like they have to. Like, it's a part of the brand now.
Yes.
Like, when you feel like she is writing, when she has the million, dots and the emojis popping up. Whatever is making the book be overlong and needing more paper, we got to get her paper because this story needs to be told.
Get the paper, guys. Chop those trees down. No, please don't. We're just kidding. First,
you're Taylor Swift. First the jets, then the trees.
Listen, it's not my fault. It's Britney Spears' fault.
Okay, all right.
Because she wanted to write that damn book, and
she did.
I can't help it that I want to read it really badly.
Very much want to read it. And the other piece of Britney news, which I think came out a little more than last week, but we didn't speak about it. Supposedly, Britney is returning to the airwaves in a new version of Tiny Dancer with Elton John. Supposedly, this is according to the New York Post or Page 6. So is it really happening? I don't know, but it sounds real because he just had that collaboration with Dua Lipa and everything. But so apparently she's going to be coming back with a version of Tiny Dancer, and I think that would be a great way to reintroduce herself to the music industry.
Yeah, and the thing is, Elton John loves a collab. Elton John is like, who's the hottest person? Lady Gaga, Lil Nas X, Dua Lipa. Yes, I will put me on anything they do. And it's just like, he knows what the gays want.
I know, he really does. Yeah. And I can't wait to hear it. I can't wait. Just the idea of hearing Britney Spears on a recorded piece of music again.
And the fact that Britney is seems like she wants to go into the studio again. Like she wants to do this and everything. It's just like, oh
and
my
that's
God.
all we want. It's like, if Britney didn't want to, I would never want her to. But if she does
want to,
my ears are open.
I can't wait for that listening party of the new Britney album when that comes out.
That'll be wild.
Oh my God, guys.
Remember in the Glory review when you said it was going to be Britney's last album?
I did not say it was going to be Britney's last. I said if it was her last album, what a way to go out because it is one of her best albums.
People often tweet us about that or email us or remember when Matt Steele said this and it became true?
Listen, it is not my fault that people interpreted what I said incorrectly. It's the Jets' fault. We're just going to blame everything on the Jets.
I was going to say, it seems like we're really shirking responsibility here tonight on 2 Gay Mats. Did you see what Neo's wife posted on Instagram?
No, I did not.
She posted just the head, let's say, notes app text, the title of which, 8 years.
Oh.
8 years of lies and deception. 8 years of unknowingly sharing my life and husband with numerous women who sell their bodies to him unprotected. Every last one of them. To say I'm heartbroken and disgusted is an understatement. To ask me to stay and accept it is absolutely insane. The mentality of a narcissist. I will no longer lie to the public or pretend that this is something it isn't. I choose me. I choose my happiness and the health of my and my respect. I gained 3 beautiful children out of this, but nothing else, and wasted years and heartache, etc. There's more, but it's like,
I can't disagree.
it's just like Neo's whole thing. Like, he had You're the Gentleman. Like, he was supposed to be the nice guy, and like there were these other people who are the cheaters and the dogs. And it's just like, is everyone disgusting? Is that true?
I mean, first Shakira's boyfriend. Just
I love that we're just blaming this guy.
We're blaming the jet. We're blaming Shakira's boyfriend,
And we're blaming Neo.
And we're blaming. Oh my God.
Could you imagine if you were her and this is something you discovered after 8 years of marriage and 3 children together?
Oh my God, that's devastating.
And I just also read, when I was reading about this, his ex-wife, they decided together that they were done having kids, and he pushed her to get her tubes tied, and then he left her for this lady.
Oh my God.
Have more kids. And
I didn't know that.
Can she have kids now? It's just like, Neo, I always liked his music back in the day. His stuff with Stargate was so classic to me, but it's like, it's hard when it's like, it's awful, but it's not like R. Kelly awful. Of course. It's not like illegal. So it's like, I'll still listen, but I'll listen with a sad heart. I like the idea of people that I support being good people. And this is not that.
Oh, God. That's devastating.
I know,
Wait, was
right?
it known that they were separating or getting divorced or whatever? She just like posted this.
And then also I went to the thing. Neo liked it.
What? Wait, that's the story.
That is the story. He liked it. I was like, why would you like? Also, how are you not blocked? And why, if not blocked, would you like it?
Maybe she hacked into his account and liked it from his account.
Maybe she had Lemonade going and was like, this is my version.
Oh, I do know someone who found out her boyfriend cheated on her. And, they had 2 kids together and everything, hacked into all of his social media accounts and just posted a bunch of posts from his accounts and locked him out of all of his accounts.
Posts about admitting to the cheating?
Just being like, I'm a scumbag cheater and I left my wife and kids for an expletive.
An expletive, yes.
Wow. And it was just like, oh, wow. I woke up and checked Facebook that day and was like,
you were his friend too?
Yes.
Ooh.
I know
and
both
so you're
of
like,
them.
oh my.
Yes.
I mean, the Garcelle Beauvais, who's now a housewife of Beverly Hills, said that when she found out her husband was cheating, and he was like a high-powered agent or something, and just like mass emailed everyone in his contacts. It's like, ooh. I mean, that's why you don't cheat.
Damn.
I think that's a good rule of thumb for the future. If anyone has any questions about that, a rule of thumb, don't cheat. And
if you wonder, is this cheating? Then just assume it is.
Hey.
Just play it safe and don't do it.
But the thing is, if you don't cheat, even if you don't cheat and you're still a traitor, you might become friends again on a red carpet because Olivia Rodrigo.
That was a segue.
Thank you. Olivia Rodrigo and Joshua Bassett reunited on the red carpet of High School the Musical, the series, season 3. They took pictures of them together solo with all cast. She tagged him on Instagram. So it's like, I guess we've really moved on from this. And this is a week after the whole Sabrina Carpenter album dropped with the song referring to the whole triangle of it all. So I'm glad that we're all
forgiving each other.
I know.
I mean, I think that's beautiful.
Forgiveness.
Classic. And I just think, they're young. Right. I think, and as they get older, they'll realize just like, oh, we were young.
That's the thing.
And he didn't cheat, but he's still a traitor. But things will be okay. I also discovered this week that I look exactly like Joshua Bassett, except with red hair.
If you find there's an Instagram story of Joshua Bassett at the Grove, it's a very close-up shot of just his eyes and forehead.
And nose. And the nose. Yes.
I literally saw you tweet. It was like, oh, that's a picture of Matt Steele. I don't know why he's posting this weird picture of himself. It looks, and Matt Steele's delusional. He's right about this.
Someone sent it to me and was like, I thought this was you for a second. Because the thing is, people have commented being like, you look like Joshua Bassett. And I'm like, just because I have curly hair, that's ridiculous. No, I don't. We have completely different hair colors.
Right.
But then I saw that picture and I was like, oh my God, no. The eyes, the expression in those eyes.
Wild.
Those, the under the eyes, the nose. I was like, this is me. And so I tried recreating the picture, like doing my own close-up selfie. And I realized, no, that's actually me 10 years ago. Because if I try to recreate that picture now, I look much older. And so my brother found a picture of me like 10 years ago and just cropped it to the eyes and everything. And she's like, I don't know if this is me or Joshua Bassett.
No way to know.
I know.
I wonder if you're distantly related.
We could be. I wouldn't be related to Olivia.
Oh, well, now they're friendly, so you can still get it.
But honestly, Joshua Bassett's music slaps too.
Oh, yeah. So that EP was good.
So I wouldn't mind being related to him too, I guess.
Did you hear that Victoria Beckham's going to reunite with the Spice Girls for a TV documentary?
I did. The thing with the Spice Girls is I don't trust any rumors until they're made official.
Okay.
There are just rumors every 5 weeks.
Right.
Just like, a new album. They're reuniting. A new tour. A new movie. A new this and everything. And I'm like, I will not get my hopes up. For those of you who are new, the Spice Girls are my number one pop people. And I flew to London to see their reunion tour in 2019. It was the best experience of my life. So every Spice Girl rumor, I'm just like...
All right.
I proceed with caution.
You sound like me when you were talking about how Renaissance is definitely going to win Album of the Year. It was like, I can't have that. I have to see it in front of my eyes before I believe it.
Fair. I have to live it and experience it. But a TV documentary, I am down for. What I really want is a Spice World 2 movie or a sequel. That's what I really want. That's what I really, really want.
I mean, it's nice to dream. It's nice to have dreams. Jessie Nelson got dropped from her label.
Did she release an album?
No.
Okay, the album it was just the single that got released. Single. Okay.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
That's got to be rough.
It's got to be. Know. Okay. Did you see the clip of Jamie Lee Curtis? Jamie Lee Curtis has a podcast.
Which, first of all, best news ever.
Had no idea.
Fucking iconic.
She also was a guest star on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills the other week, promoting like Halloween with Kyle Richards.
She's the fucking coolest person on the planet.
So she had Leah Michele and Jonathan Groff on. Let me see if I can get the clip to play.
The show nominated also?
We won 8 Tony Awards.
Yes, you did. But you didn't, Leah.
Could you imagine?
I mean, that is fucking delivery. Like, Jamie Lee Curtis, give her the Oscar for that delivery of that line, because I got chills. Like, the funniest thing.
And Jonathan Groff's like uproarious laughter is so good.
I mean, because we all know, maybe we all don't know, but like when Spring Awakening was on Broadway in 2007, it got a lot of Tony nominations. Leah Michele did not get in for Best Leading Actress in a Musical because that year was fucking stacked for Best Leading Actress in a Musical, to be fair. So like it was very hard to get in that year. And if Leah Michele was excellent in Spring Awakening, so like had she gotten in, it would have been very deserved. But it was a very stacked year. But I'm sure Leah was not thrilled that she did not get in one of those 5 nomination slots.
And she was being kind to herself and kind to the show, being like, yes, we were nominated.
Yes, but you didn't.
Yeah, we won 8 Tonys, but you didn't.
And the thing is, like, just with everything happening with Leah Michele now, I'm sure all she can do is just be like, well, fuck.
She just has to like paste on a smile and just take it.
I mean, I'm sure she's over it now because like Lord knows she's way more famous now. She had Glee after that whole thing happened and everything. So I'm sure she can laugh at it now, but like it's just that delivery.
The delivery is so
and just the audacity of Jamie Lee Curtis.
Because no like regular person podcast host would ever say that. Like if you're interviewing Leah Michele and you're not like Jamie Lee Curtis, you would never say it like that. But you know, can get away with it. Jamie Lee Curtis.
Iconic. I need to listen to that podcast.
I know, we must.
Yeah.
Is there any other news for idiots we need to talk about?
I don't believe so. We got through a lot of news stories in under 30 minutes.
I'm proud of us. We did it.
What do we do? We can relax?
I think we're going to take a quick break. And then we'll be back with more 2 Gay Mats, the podcast.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back.
It's true.
I know. We are on to Email My Heart, which in case you do not know, in case you are a new Kathy here, is the section of the podcast where we answer any questions that you guys might have. You can be a part of Email My Heart if you email us at 2gaymats@gmail.com, 2 spelled TWO.
Yes.
Or you can, if you are watching this podcast on YouTube, you can comment below in the comment section. So we got some emails this week, all of them personal. Usually we get emails just being like, what's your favorite this
I know.
song? But we got some personal emails, so we hope we don't give you horrible life advice. If we do, we apologize in advance. It's Taylor Swift's Jet's fault.
Yes.
Okay, first question comes from Juicy. Juicy, subject
Juicy.
line. Should I tell her he's cheating? I love that subject
Lord,
line.
this is some Maury shit.
Hello and hello to all the Kathys out there. I have been best friends with my friend since I was 7 years old. Recently, he has been telling me about this guy that he has been fooling around with for a few months. Good for you, friend. After hearing about him so much, I finally asked to meet him, and he thought it would be fun to bring him on our trip to Austin that following week. That next Saturday, he gets out of his car, and I was fucking shook. It was my female coworker's boyfriend. And they have 3 sons together.
Oh, God.
I know this because I've seen him come up to the office every once in a while. I played everything cool, but it was literally killing me the whole weekend. I didn't want anyone thinking I didn't weigh anything to my friend or him or
Didn't
my
say anything to
didn't
my
say
friend.
anything. I was like, wait, what is this?
Yeah.
I didn't say anything to my friend or him or my poor coworker, who is the sweetest girl, by the way. Do I owe it to anybody to say anything, or do I just stay out of everything and mind my black ass business? Thanks, Kathy's Juicy. This is more of a conundrum than your should I tell Wayfair the truth thing.
I think you have a relationship with your friend. You've known him since you were very young. He is close to you. You have an obligation to tell him.
I would say yes. I say tell the friend.
Tell the friend, be like, hey, I knew this guy. This is how I know him. He is the boyfriend of my coworker, the kids, whatever. The coworker is your coworker. I do not think you have an obligation, because who knows? You don't know her like that. They could have an arrangement. This could be allowed in their relationship situation. The guy, you just need to make sure he has all the information because you have a relationship with him. You are his friend. I think he deserves to know the truth.
I think definitely tell the friend, be like, this is what I know about this guy. And who knows, maybe your friend knows. But I would say it is your responsibility to tell your friend, because that is your friend.
Of course.
And then it is up to your friend to make the decision to be like, hey, sir, I know about you. Or if he wants to just be like, hey, sir, I'm breaking things off and not say why. That's his prerogative. And then it is the bad gentleman's decision to make to be honest with his girlfriend.
Yes, I completely agree.
That is his responsibility,
not yours.
What if she ends up becoming close friends with this coworker though?
You won't. You won't, because if you hadn't yet, and now you know this weird thing, you know who I'm staying away from at the office. Because I just feel like it gets too messy. Because if you end up having a very real friendship with her, it'll get more messy. I would say don't become great friends with her. Unless she's wonderful and it happens, but it's not, you don't have this relationship with her. Tell your friend, he can deal with it. Call it a day.
Yeah, and then it's everyone else's responsibility
Exactly.
to do what they need to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that is a safe, logical choice, and you're still doing something good.
Absolutely.
In letting your friend know you're still doing something. So I think we're in agreement.
Yes, look at us agreeing.
Look at us agreeing. I know. I'm very hesitant about everything involved
I know
in this
you
story.
hate answering a personal question.
It's
you act
very
like
stressful.
we're giving them life. They could just say, fuck you, I'm not going to listen. It's fine. We're not professionals. I feel like that's very clear.
I know, but I feel so bad for that coworker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be nice to that coworker. Give her, I don't know, nice.
Not too nice or she'll start suspecting.
True. Okay. So next question comes from, I'm not going to say the name.
Oh.
Just because it feels kind of personal.
Okay.
Important email in my heart. Your Beyonce listening party led me to you guys. I've been binging you guys and loving every minute. Anyway, I am said name. I've been dating my beautiful girlfriend for 11 years. I have also identified as bisexual, but she nor my family knows. I've been too ashamed over the years. 6 months ago, I was blessed with a job opportunity in a city, so I moved up to the city with the understanding she would be joining me in September. In my months here, my mind has opened up, and in my time alone, I've been embracing my queerness, and I have to tell you, it's been liberating all the way from my first gay bar experiences to even painting my nails every now and then.
Aww.
With that being said, my attraction to men is on another level, and and I now feel like I'm getting to know myself for the first time. Over the past few days, I've been feeling like this is a part of myself I need to explore, but just without her. She has literally been my rock, and I love her so much. She does not deserve to get her heart broken, but it's getting down to the wire, and September is getting closer and closer. If you were me, would you come clean and see if she would be willing to take this road with me, or would you tell her to just stay back in the other state? I love you guys. Please don't judge me. We would never judge you.
No.
And we are celebrating you because unlike certain gentlemen who we talked about in the previous section and this gentleman in the previous email, you did not cheat. Damn it.
You were trying so hard not to say that name. I'll beep it out or something.
You did not cheat, sir.
Sir, you did not cheat. In my opinion, it is not up to you to tell her whether or not to come. But it is up to you to be honest with her now. You have to call her, tell her exactly how you're feeling, discuss go forward plans. She has much of a say in this as anything. If you know in your heart of heart that you don't want to be with her anymore, then just call her now and tell her. If you think there's a path forward, maybe we could try being open, whatever, float those ideas. But if you know deep down what I want is to be single and to explore my queerness without being in a relationship, the sooner you do it, the better. Just let her get her life together. If it ends up with her, like, no one deserves to get their heart broken, of course. But you don't deserve to deny yourself your full life because you're considering someone else's needs over yours. Like everyone goes through heartbreak. Everyone is going to be fine. Like, you can only, like, you're doing something kind to her if you know you don't want to be with her and letting her go. Find someone that really wants to be with her and, like, have a lovely life together. Like, it would be so much kinder than you staying with her and building up resentment over years and years.
Yeah, I feel like that's the worst thing you could do to her.
Absolutely.
And the thing is, like, if you love her so much and she is your partner, like, you've been with her for so many years and everything, she deserves for you to be completely 100% honest with you. And much like how Jackson, Matt Palmer's boyfriend, and maybe a little bit of me might feel with Matt Palmer with Wayfair, maybe honesty is the best policy. Honesty is always the best policy when it comes to a relationship.
Yes, because you're dealing with a person, not a corporation that doesn't care about you.
Yes, don't get all defensive. But honesty is absolutely the best policy when you are dating someone, married to someone, because that is your partner.
Right.
And so I think if you are upfront and honest with her, maybe she'll surprise you and she'll be like, you know what? Thank you for telling me. I love you. Maybe I will stay back a little bit. Or hell, maybe I'll still go to this city and I don't know. You can do whatever. Right. I don't know.
At the end of the day, that decision is hers. Like,
that decision is hers.
You know,
yes.
You can only decide your part of it. If you decided I do want to break up, tell her, break up with her. She decides what to do. If you've decided maybe there's a path forward, talk with her about it. Maybe you find something that works for both of you. But like Matt Steele said, with the partner you've been with in 11 years and you love so very much, just be completely honest with her and let her decide what happens next.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's the safest route to go.
Look at us agreeing.
Look at us agreeing on all this
Can you
stuff.
believe?
Yeah.
It happens sometimes, guys.
Yeah.
We argue a lot because Matt Steele's wrong a lot, but I'm
Listen.
right. But sometimes we're both right, and that's an exciting time. Like with Marcel the Shell. Great film.
A brilliant
film.
Give it the Oscars, baby. Should we do the next email?
Sure, why not?
Why not? We got time. So this question comes to us from Thea. Should I put my friend out? Another personal one, guys.
Oh my gosh, there's so many personal
questions. This is
questions.
so much pressure. Dear Two Gay Mats, a few months ago, a good friend of mine lost both of his parents and in result fell on hard times, including drugs and homelessness. After a late night call pleading for help, I put him on a bus and brought him here to Seattle from California with the promise he would get a better job and get it together. I got a 2-bedroom apartment and took in my dear friend. Fast forward today, and not only is he not working, but he is very frequently has very scary mood swings, lays around the apartment all day, has no money, and eats all my food. Hell no. He has also become very comfortable asking me things. I've gotten a little better with saying no, but I feel so bad because his family won't deal with him. I have to say I feel trapped now. I've been paying $3,200 in rent, food, entertainment, and everything.
my God.
I'm tired and I want him out so I can reset my life, but I'm terrified of the consequences. Can you guys tell me what you would do? Thank you for everything and thank you for keeping me entertained.
You gotta kick him out.
You gotta kick out.
Like, give him a date that's not like right now. Like, give him a week or two or however, like something that makes sense. No longer than 3 weeks, I feel like. Like, you gotta give him a hard date in which I need you out by the state. You've done so much for him already. And it's kind of like the person in the last email. It's good that you are so open-hearted and so lovely and warm and welcoming, but you've got to put yourself first emotionally sometimes. Like, you've got to make sure that your well-being is the number one priority. And this guy being on the couch and not paying your rent and having like mood swings and stuff isn't good for anybody.
That's the thing. It's the mood swings that I'm sure like she's nervous about. I mean, but you have to go into it saying like, I care about you.
Sure, yes.
And that is why I need you to better your life. Like,
Right.
I need you to at least like to get a job and be able to pay all of this, or you need to leave by this date.
Don't give the first option.
Really? You think just like a hard
think
out?
It's like, because as much as you care about him and want him to get on his feet, this isn't really about him anymore. It's about her. It's like,
True, yeah.
I you know what? I'm glad you're here and like you've made it, to Seattle or from California or whatever
and
it was.
I've given you several months.
And we've been, I just think now it's time that we go our separate ways. I need to have my own space again. And like, I want to help you in any way I can, but I can no longer offer you housing. This is the day I need you gone by.
Yeah.
You can't be his roommate.
Okay. That is true.
In my opinion.
Yeah. Exactly, because you've done enough. You have
a
done
lot.
so much.
You are lovely and open-hearted and done
Yeah.
so much more than many of us would. So
Yes.
congratulations. You are an amazing human being, but you got to draw that line in the sand, in my opinion.
Okay. That is
All
fair.
right.
I agree with you there, Matt Palmer.
So we're at the Giving You Moments. Do you have anything else to talk about besides Beyonce's Renaissance?
This week at Big Brother, mwah, chef's kiss, incredible. So, ladies and gentlemen, this section of the podcast, if you are new, is called Giving Me Moments. It's
Yes.
where we each talk about our individual things that we are consuming or experiencing that has been giving us moments
Yes.
for the week. Obviously, both of our Giving Me Moments is the new Beyonce album, but I also will say, just that live stream
It was so much fun.
was so
It was so
exciting.
much
And
fun.
seeing all those people and all of us having so much fun, it was so positive. And just seeing like how many people were there.
It was wild. Like,
it made us feel so good.
it's
and
like we do this. We've been doing this for a long, long time. And so the fact that we found this way to listen and like have a party along with 700 people on the internet feels like a whole new chapter in a way. Like maybe
Yeah.
I don't want to overstate it because who knows? Maybe I'll get bored or like think it's too hard and we won't do it. But that was like, oh wow, we really are connecting with people in this way.
And this is what people like. Like,
Yes.
do you think that us starting live streaming stuff in 2022 is sort of like our Beyonce self-titled drop? Like where it's like, oh, this is a new era
I
of
think
what
you're-
kind of...
Sure, yes. I think we're giving us a lot. I wouldn't like to compare us to Beyonce.
course.
But yes, the stream itself was so much fun. So next time we do it, I think we're going to try to do one next month for Demi Lovato's new album, Holy Fuck. And so if you can join that, that'll be fun. You'll just see how much fun it is to be in that. But about Renaissance. There have been many questions asked in the chat, many things to been discussed in our just, personal chats. I have a list of my Beyonce albums and my ranking of them as of right now. Again, I have not lived with Renaissance nearly as long. There have not been visuals for this, so it's subject to change. I could see Renaissance moving up even more than it already is. But for me, and it's hard because I'll talk about it, my list of Beyonce albums from favorite to least favorite would be number 1, B-Day. I fucking love B-Day. It came out at a time, it was 2006, I was in college. Seeing the video for every single song, it really was her first visual album. If you think about it, she put out a DVD with a video for every single song on it, not with the release, but when it happened, it truly blew my mind. It was something that I always wanted when I would listen to music as a kid. So just seeing that for the first time was so incredible.
Well, and the thing with B-Day, which is why I understand why it is your number 1, it is the album that really solidified her personality, her sound, her brand.
Yes.
She was a giant orchestra, a jazz band. She was a marching unit on the street, like plowing through the neighborhood. And a reason why I completely understand why it's your number 1 is every single song
Yes.
on its own is a brilliant song. It is song writing.
Perfect.
It is just
Perfect.
excellent. Every song. Yeah.
Number 2, Lemonade. I have, Lemonade was such a moment. And to me, as someone who writes songs and writes about their personal experience with songs, seeing her bare her soul in that way. Because Beyonce, I feel like previously to that was often criticized for being kind of the perfect pop star who had this perfect pop star veneer that never could be broken. And I don't know. I feel like people had her on this pedestal of having the perfect life. So seeing it all crumble in the press and then having that album represent the art that she made from it, not even going into how amazing the songs are, how many different genres she's touching. It just is a work of art.
That's the thing with Lemonade. It's there's nothing like Lemonade on this planet. In terms of albums, there's nothing and I was driving up and I was, listening to Renaissance on the way up to Matt Palmer's, and I was just oh, what an amazing dance record and everything. And I was thinking, Lemonade, what genre? What the fuck genre is Lemonade? It's everything. It's just you can't define Lemonade. It's just lemonade.
Yes.
So that's why I would put Lemonade as my number 1.
Oh, okay.
Also because of the movie elements. I'm a so the cinematicness of it, and of course the personal storytelling of it is the reason why Lemonade's my number 1, and B-Day would be my number 2.
Oh, interesting. Okay, good. I'm glad your top 2s are the same in different orders. Number 3, as of right now, Renaissance. It's so good. It is it's the closest we've gotten sonically to the B-Day sound. Not sonically what's happening, but the up-tempo-ness, the relentlessness, and just what's happening in the production is truly another level.
Yes.
She's really taking it to a whole new level. And that's why I'm saying there's room for growth, because if those visuals are...
I know.
That really does enhance the music for me. And so I feel it could move even higher, but man... What an album.
With Renaissance, it's the maturity of Renaissance.
Yes.
That is in the lyrics and in the production and the sophistication of everything, while still being a fun, sometimes often ridiculous record. It's
so fucking gay.
Good. It's so fucking gay.
I love it.
And the thing with Renaissance is, do your ranking, and then we'll
sorry.
talk more about Renaissance specifically.
4 is self-titled. I think it's incredible. It is amazing, wonderful, and was the first of its kind. I'm so thankful for it. I think having the overarching story of Lemonade puts it higher visually than self-titled, but it's still obviously brilliant. Number 5, I surprised myself with this a little bit. 4.
The fact that 4 is so low, but still it's kind of just but where would it go?
Where does it go?
Because 4 is so fucking good.
4 is
We were
excellent.
talking in the live chat. They were like, "What's your favorite Beyonce ballad?" And literally the 3 ballads on 4, "I Care," "1+1," and "I Miss You," are our 3 favorite
I know.
Beyonce ballads. Our favorite Beyonce ballads are on 4, and
I know.
everything else she does on 4, just sonically, she's exploring such new territory.
School and Life.
School and fucking life.
End of Time.
End of Time. 4 is so
Brilliant.
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 And the thing is, self-titled and 4 to me are kind of a tie. I don't know which
Are
one I
they
would put.
in that right after Renaissance?
Sure.
Okay, all right.
I would say that. Sure.
I would say The Gift next. And the thing is, the only reason The Gift is lower is because there are other artists. There are people that aren't Beyonce on this record, and I think they're great.
They're amazing.
They're amazing, but
You all know our thoughts on The Gift.
that's
How
the
much
thing.
we love
The Gift more than most people. So justice for The Gift.
And
for
The Gift
sure.
was such a brilliant surprise, because when it came out, we were just oh, Beyonce put out this thing, and I'm sure it's great, but it's her retelling of The Lion King.
Right.
How good could it possibly be?
Excellent.
And then we both came back from our respective private listenings, and we were just what the holy fuck? That is the best album of the year.
Find Your Way Back is one of her best songs. A classic piece of
The
music.
Gift is incredible.
Dangerously in Love, it's crazy that it's 7th for me, because the singles are truly perfect. They're a better run of singles ever than Dangerously in Love. I just think outside of the singles, there are some iffy songs. I also love a song called Yes. The Dangerously in Love.
Yes is so good.
Yes is incredible. Dangerously in Love 2 is incredible. There's a lot of great stuff on Dangerously in Love, but the best songs are the singles.
Yeah. Well, you're not going to count Daddy?
I'm not going to. I have nothing.
Daddy.
I have nothing to say about
Dangerously
Daddy.
in Love is just so funny to think about, because they were okay, we got to market her as a diva.
And it was just she was just a random R&B pop girl. It's the sound wasn't Beyonce yet. And so it's almost weird to listen to.
But the thing is, you listen to Crazy in Love and you're just like, but this is Beyonce's. This is the thing that kind of would evolve into Beyonce's
It is,
sound.
but yes, the sound is right, but the vocal performance is almost restrained. Like you listen to Deja Vu, and especially if you watch the video, she may overshoot the moon a little in the video, but it's like, that's Beyonce.
But I feel like Crazy in Love was like the stepping stone to the B-Day Beyonce.
I mean, yes, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And then last, Sasha Fierce.
Okay, well.
Which has great songs. It's just bloated. There are really amazing songs on there. It just is a bloated album. And Alvaro Maria's ridiculous. And it just is, I don't return to it often.
What can you do?
What can you do?
But Renaissance specifically.
Yes.
So I believe we ended the night of our Renaissance party. My top 3 were Alien Superstar, All Up in Your Mind, and Thick. What were your top 3? What were your top 3?
I'm sure they were similar. I feel like it must have been Cuff It in there.
Yeah.
I don't know if All Up in Your Mind was in it, but maybe it is. Alien Superstar, absolutely. But things have changed.
I don't think things have. I think these are still my top 3, but things have certainly gone up.
Agreed.
And could dethrone, not my top 1, but like my top 2 or 3.
Your top 1, sorry, is All Up in Your Mind or Alien Superstar?
Alien.
Okay, just making sure.
I was up until 3:30 in the morning on Friday night dancing to Alien Superstar in the pitch black of my bedroom, holding my laptop because that is where I could get the loudest sound from my earbuds. Watching the lyric video, spinning around with my brand new laptop in my hands.
Say, be safe.
I was horrified, but it was worth it. I didn't drop it. Don't worry. And I have never had a better time in my life. And I was just thinking, I was like, is this my favorite song on Renaissance? Then I was like, is this my favorite song of the year?
Right.
Then I was like, is this my favorite Beyonce song?
Right.
And then I was like, is this my favorite song?
Did you land on yes for all of those?
Not on the final one yet, but like
favorite Beyonce song?
Maybe not that one.
Okay, right.
But like, fuck, it's great. What a song!
It's brilliant. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's out of its mind, but it's joyful. The Prince-esque elements jump out more and more. I listen to it.
I feel so sexy.
I know
when I listen to it.
Know.
Like, my knees just bend. I was bending my knees in the pitch black, holding my poor little laptop. That was just like,
classy to be
please
touched.
put me down. But things have definitely moved up.
What's moved up the most for you?
Virgo's
Unbelievable.
groove is stunning.
Yes.
From top to bottom. That callback, the ride it,
I know.
the best part of the song. It's an incredible, incredible song.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think also for me, Cozy, I just forgot how great it was. And then I heard it again and was like, oh, it's really unbelievable. I feel like the last 2 tracks have really moved up for me.
Oh, the last 2 tracks are so
Pure Honey
perfect.
and
Pure
fucking
Honey.
Summer Renaissance
Amazing.
are unbelievable.
You want to know what else has moved up for me? That like on first listen, I was like, oh yeah, this is really good, but like not like in my top half. And now it's definitely in my top half. Heated.
Oh, Heated's great.
Heated.
Great.
Like the melodies in the beginning and then that final chant.
That's the best part to me.
Unbelievable. Oh, it's the best part.
I mean, the best part.
That it's not only the best part of the song, but it's one of the best parts of the album.
Yeah.
Period. Like that final part, the Uncle Johnny made my dress. Just thrilling.
Cheap spandex, she look a mess.
She looks a mess. and you know Uncle Johnny's up in heaven just being like, thank you.
Thank you.
Like
I
Beyonce's
did
like
make that dress.
Beyonce's just like, I looked a mess, and Uncle Johnny's like, that was the goal.
No, Beyonce didn't look a mess. I'm sure the cheap spandex was someone else.
Oh, I thought she was saying like it was cheap spandex, and I looked a mess.
I
like,
don't think
like
it was
I
her.
thought it was like mess, like in a positive way. Like, girl, you look a mess.
No.
Oh,
I think
thought
Uncle Johnny's talking shit about somebody else.
Oh,
There's no way she would refer to herself as looking a mess.
Oh, see, I thought like
No.
it was like a way of spinning mess. Like, ooh,
mess
she's
is-
messy.
No, mess
like,
is bad.
Oh,
Mess is bad.
I was so excited about it. It's okay.
sorry.
It's okay. I still love that chant.
It's just an excellent album, and I apologize if you're listening to the podcast and you guys are like, okay, you've been talking about Beyonce's Renaissance for like 11 weeks now, but this is important. And the only difference, I'm trying to think of anything else that I enjoyed outside of this, and I don't know if I have.
No.
This was it.
I'm sure you enjoyed that little San Diego trip.
I did enjoy that. That was lovely.
Sure,
We
you
had a
got that
good-
money. Now, can we finally decide if you should contact?
I mean,
you
I will
for-
say the YouTube folk are with me. That's what I'll say.
Okay.
All right.
There were some people in the,
It's like
the
one
chat.
or two versus like 9 or 10.
I'm just like, I would contemplate in my head, like reaching out to Wayfair and just being like, hey, this happened. But the thing is, they're such a big corporation. I imagine they would just be like, oh yeah, it's fine.
I don't know.
Because they wouldn't want to deal with it. But you don't have to do that if you don't want to.
We will see how it all shakes out. I will let you know what happens.
And the thing is, you said you used that money to buy a new table.
No.
So like Wayfair got that money back.
I had already
maybe
bought
not, maybe not all of it.
No, I had already bought the table by the time this happened. So
Okay.
yes, they're getting my money either way. So is there anything else you want to tell the people, Matt Steele?
Guys, thank you for joining us.
Thank
we
you.
had a great time in the chat. There were
Yes.
some new people here, I'm sure. So welcome to Two Gay Mats. It's a mess in a positive way.
All right. Thank you so much for listening and watching the podcast. We'll be back next week with more Two Gay Mats, the podcast.
Bye.
Bye.